Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, the place where we make fun of the morons we see out here on the road, or as in the case of this easily confused backwards railway enthusiast who isn't technically on the road but they're still very much a moron. Or this Audi driver coming to terms with the fact that his 4 circles of privilege will not allow him to squeeze up the inside of a bus when a gap is not there. Or truck drivers who obviously only have the Braille version of the highway code who think it's fine to sit in the middle lane going nowhere fast and use the outside lane for overtaking when you're in 44 tonnes of vehicle. And then of course there's always low capacity cupcakes like this who've got the attention span of an ice cream in July. And then there's always that one cretin, isn't there? That one cretin who thinks that every open gap is for him. He sees the gap, right foot goes down, confidence goes up, intelligence goes out the window, and that's the end result. Here's Paul just turning into Soho Street. Now this little street is one way at the top, out onto Oxford Street, and before anyone says anything, taxis and cyclists are allowed to use this street. But looking at this, apparently truck drivers that don't let their intelligence get in the way of their stupidity can come through the traffic lights the wrong way and do exactly what they like. This from JP from Folkestone, and nothing quite says I'm the sort of driver you can never underestimate, and my biscuit is definitely not cooked all the way in the middle, like just pulling out in front of another driver for no reason at all. On board with 80s child, as you can see, sitting in a bit of traffic, everyone's waiting, everyone's being patient, everyone apart from this low capacity tool in the white car, forcing himself down the other side of the road. But hang on a minute, 80s child said he knows him, he's a local man, they call him Maple Syrup. I said, that's a funny name, why do they call him that? He said, yeah, because he's a real sap. This from Andrew R. Now, I just want to say one thing. BMW drivers get a lot of stick on this channel. Well, this clip is going to set the record straight. Yeah, it's going to set the record straight that the universe has got a sense of humour. And this particular BMW driver's brain is as functional as an envelope without an address on it, and as empty as a desert nomad's thermal underwear drawer. This from Summer, and here's another truck driver who thinks that a safe passing means farting without following through. Now that non-reader in the truck started overtaking on a bend, and now the vehicle which is coming towards him is going to have to do what the truck driver's thought process done a long time ago, come to a complete stop. Now some people fear success. I don't think that truck driver's got anything to worry about. Here's Jack G just making his way through this housing estate here. Oh look, and here comes clueless Ken, cutting the corner and driving on the wrong side of the road. But it's all okay everybody, he put his hand up, which we all know is the international sign to say I'm not the full ticket because I never really aligned myself with the education system when I was growing up. On board with Ali Raj, and I'm leaving the sound on for this video so you can see there's no lights, no sirens and no sense of urgency from this police car, and obviously no sense of what side of the road they should have to be on. I don't know about to protect and to serve, it's more like rules of the road I'll never observe. So staying on the theme of the police, this one from Musa. As you can see there's a police car coming towards us with his blue lights on, obviously in hot pursuit. Yeah, so hot in fact, for no reason at all he decides to do a 3-point turn in the middle of the road. I think it's fair to say that the police officer driving that car has got more chance of catching a Wi-Fi signal with a fishing net than catching the person he's chasing. So from London police to London buses, now I don't know what happened here, maybe there was a crash, maybe he just tried to drive over the curb, who knows. What I can never understand is they design these bastards to drive around urban streets with curbs, potholes and speed bumps, and yet give them the ground clearance of a Formula 1 car. This from Andy, and just watch in awe as this bus driver displays the directional and navigational ability of a hang glider pilot in a hurricane as he wipes out the taxi and the shop front in one fell swoop. And by the grace of God, there was no serious injuries. I managed to find a news article relating to this. I'll put the link to that in the description down below. And staying on the theme of the big red double-decker bus, you've got this one here. It's not even driving under its own steam. It's probably broken down because it's on the back of this trailer, which is being towed by a truck. And even then, it still leaves a trail of carnage in its wake. Yeah, that'd be a new fence and a new traffic light then, please. Lovely old job. On board with Samuel 4000 as he negotiates this roundabout and simultaneously negotiates a BMW driver whose brain is as empty as a sun lounger in winter. And just in case you missed it, the front of the car's all smashed up and damaged from a previous accident. Absolutely no surprise at all. Here's Mark C sitting at this red traffic light. Keep your eye on that plank in the Range Rover over there. As you can see, traffic lights are red. But because his mum always told him he was special, he thinks he's too special to wait at traffic lights. And he thinks, well, if I just go through slow, nobody will notice. He is to intelligence what cracks are to a damn wall. Now, nothing quite says I'm still not allowed to cross the road on my own, and I'm still not allowed to use scissors unsupervised, like driving down a dual carriageway the wrong way at speed. He's definitely missing a few strings off his guitar. Now, as you can see, we're on board a truck. Now, there's 4 basic categories of drivers. Good, average, bad, and this one here who falls into the brainless gimp categories, he goes straight to the outside lane and straight into the side of that van. Here we are on board with Auntie Trevor, and we're behind a real incomplete jigsaw puzzle with this one. Now, as you can see, they're indicating left. That means you're going to pull over to the left, or you're going to turn left, or in this case, it means you're going to turn right. Another one that has delusions of adequacy. That last donut was definitely off the hook, but nothing quite displays your tinfoil hat force, like driving round a roundabout the wrong way. That's a real damp sleeping bag, that one there, isn't it? Look at it. Here's Cooper Man on this very dark, unlit country road. Passes this car, no problem at all, but the window licker with the extra wide invisible trailer has to drive in the middle of the road. Driving just is not for everybody, is it? This from Jamie T, and this next space cadet really does prove that them having a brain is as pointless as taking an umbrella onto a submarine. 2 things that never get used, as they just open the door without looking and take out that cyclist. Oh, that looked like that hurt. That's got to be one of the most backwards dunce moves going, opening the door without looking. Here's Nick, the old school trucker, just waiting for these lights to change, which they have. Now, you will not believe this real low-capacity reprobate. How a human being can function with a brain the size of a hamster's testicle and all the mental depth of a puddle in a car park is absolutely beyond me. Okay, so here we are with Robert L on this unlit, very dark dual carriageway, and he's just moved over to the right, as you can see, to overtake these cars, because that's what we do, we overtake on the right. But that doesn't apply to Captain Clueless here. The nearest that mug's ever going to come to a brainstorm is going to be a very light drizzle. This from Ludmil, and as you can see, he's waiting patiently at the red traffic light there. And if we take a look at his rear view camera, we can see that an Uber idiot's just pulled up behind him in the Toyota Prius, of course, with the front fog lamps on, probably trying to counteract his chronic permanent brain fog he suffers every single day. Guys, if you like what you're seeing, I'll put a smile on your face. Can you do me a favour and just hit that little like and subscribe button down below if you haven't done it already? Thank you. Right, let's have a look at some 2 Wheel 2 brain cell morons. Okay, so first out the gate, we got this from Steve, a.k.a. Cozzy. Now just watch what this backwards unstuffed scarecrow does with his 2 kids on the bike. Look, going fast into a blind bend on the wrong side of the road. Here's another one from Musa, and just have a look at these pair of melts on these line bikes. Watch what they do. Now, if that ain't proof that the gene pool needs a lifeguard or 2, I don't know what is. Now, when it comes to displays of real backwards behaviour, nothing can beat the 2-wheel Neanderthals that are Just Eat riders. They're like the gift that keeps on giving, and now he's stuck under his bike, the helmet. This from Jen S, and when you're cycling, it's always best to look over your shoulder before you turn right, because you could have a car up your arse, and then you'll end up on your arse. Here's Jamie, and he's looking where he's going. There's a cyclist, and they're not looking where they're going and go straight into the back of the car. Another 2-wheeled SpongeBob that cannot resist face planting into the back of a vehicle. This one's from Helio, and we're looking at a local lad, Carloso Crashalotto, and here he's showcasing his new skills he's learnt. He's learnt to balance on one wheel. He's learnt to balance on one leg while he's on one wheel, but unfortunately he hasn't learnt how to use his brakes and ends up dining on bricks and cement. Here's Lenny Lycra giving it the big one on his new mountain bike, getting his mate to film him for the boys down the pub, and he goes into the drink. You know the score, if it's nice we play it twice. 1 minute he's all go, 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 next minute he's in the undersea world of Jacques Cousteau. Well, that's it for this one, everybody. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. It's free and it helps me out. I'll put a playlist there on the right if you want to watch some more of my videos. Thanks to everyone who sent in clips. Have a fantastic weekend and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.